That's where we're at. Sorry. Just, yeah.
It's okay.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
You should probably say something.
He's been recording this whole time,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of What You Take, the show where we talk about just about anything we can possibly think of and bring you guys along for the unfiltered, unapologetic ride. As always, you're going to have myself here, Steve, my brother Chris.
That's me. And don't forget, you need to share the show.
Do they have to share the show?
They need to. It's a requirement.
We positive.
Do I look like I fuck around?
I'm just, okay.
They need to share the show.
Chris is in a
Or
mood
they
today.
may find out.
Fuck around and find out. We got Sexy Spence.
Hi. Now let's go back to the sharing the show now here, Chris.
Well, you see, we found a friend that's going to help us share the show. Their name is Dubby. Dubby Energy, everybody.
That's what you decided to go with?
Sure.
That's how you decided to introduce
Listen, Listen, this whole episode, I'm still booting up.
This is what we're doing. Okay. All right. Yeah. To Chris's point, guys, we want to give a big shout out to Dubby Energy, officially working with us here, powering the podcast here.
Powering
Make sure
the podcast.
to see, that's the word you're supposed to use.
Hey.
Make sure to use our code WhatYouTake10
There
at
was a
checkout. You'll get 10% off your order. Now, where I thought Chris was going with this, as far as finding a friend, is we also have a new guest here in the podcast
Eric Wilfred
world.
Watson.
We got Eric Wilfred Watson.
Who am I? Why am I here?
He's doing the old guy thing. Fuck.
Yes,
Steven, you
I
got
am Eric
another one?
Wilfred Watson from another podcast, from another dimension. But I'm here now, and I'm going to say things on the internet.
He's from another dimension? I didn't know that. Eric is from our friends over at Sound and Fury. Check him out here on YouTube. Eric, you've also got a couple of projects going on that I've had the pleasure of enjoying both of them here. But you've got two novels,
Yes.
one that's out right now, correct?
Yes,
And
Judas Kissed?
Judas Kissed, and that's available on Amazon, yes?
Correct.
Awesome. And you have a second one coming.
Yes, Becoming Quincy comes out March 19th, 2024, and you can buy it with money.
Do we got to use money? Can we use Bitcoin? Can I
we
buy
use
it with
favors?
Bitcoin? How about a firm
It
IOU?
goes to a very good cause, because every single book that you buy, I get money, and that's important to me. That's really important to me.
Good cause.
That is a genuinely good cause. Can't even argue with that. It's like ironclad.
Well fucking played.
Yeah.
So guys, make sure to check that out on Amazon. The links will be in the descriptions below if you want to check out Judas Kissed or Becoming Quincy from Eric Wilfred Watson. We'll probably talk to him about those more often. But in the meantime, gentlemen, how we doing? What's new in life?
Oh, pretty good. That's it.
Spence, we're at the 3-minute marker. I need more than I've just been good.
I don't
Get
know.
into it.
I got nothing to talk about. I don't know.
What
Shit.
do you mean you have nothing to
Gas
talk about?
prices, let me tell you,
Oh
they're
my
ridiculous.
God.
We're going to be...
Actually, when I was driving to go get the vodka, though, I don't know. Is there something going on with Jeeps? Like, I know this sounds really freaking weird, but I saw like 6 of them on my way to your house and on the way to the grocery store and on the way back. And one of them said, the back of her thing said, "Dirty Jeep Girl." And I was like, I gotta see this. Followed by a bunch of other, like, not okay bumper sticker. It's this old lady. She must have been like 58 driving this Jeep.
I mean...
I think you just experienced synchronicity is all.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Or Glitch in the Matrix.
Could be a major glitch.
No one
in the
else found it
Matrix.
weird that there was like, never mind.
I mean,
I
don't
think
know.
you saw one Jeep, got weirded out by it, and then,
And then you started paying attention to more Jeeps.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, I did actually also see a Jurassic Park Jeep as well. Have you guys seen that one
I
driving around?
love that one around town. It's
Yeah.
like, have you seen this thing before?
No.
I've seen a lot of weird Jeeps. I'm just saying.
You think back to like Jurassic Park 1, how it's that weird like grayish color, but it's got the red accents and the Jurassic Park logo on the side of it. There is a guy in town that has that fucking Jeep. And it's really cool. There's another one, Zombie Slayer, Zombie Hunter.
I've seen that
whatever
one,
the
yeah.
case is.
Then,
It's pretty interesting.
I don't know. It's always weird seeing these cars going around because it's like, I also saw one too that was, looked like a Tron car. Yeah.
Oh?
Yeah. It had like a bunch of glowing shit all over it.
Speaking of, okay, that's actually, that's a segue.
See, when the apocalypse comes, those people are boss fights.
Is that what it was?
That's what it is.
I believe they're territory leaders.
Yes.
You have to go through and hunt them down.
Yes.
I think you start with the Jeep guy with the Jurassic Park, and you work up.
You work up to Tron.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work up to Tron.
That's the big bad.
Yeah. You get him, you get the whole region.
Yeah, right. Like,
That's actually an interesting segue of my lovely black book of shit that I write to talk about when I meet with you guys.
Your lovely black book of shit.
Lovely black book of shit.
Your lovely black book of shit.
Absolutely.
Is it a shit journal? Do you describe texture? Effort?
Texture, not so much. Effort, a little bit. There's a lot of time put into this journal. Okay. I'll give you that right now.
All right.
Speaking of the Tron shit. Okay.
oh, all right.
Spence, you and I talked about this a little bit beforehand because recently Apple released their Vision Pro goggles. Okay. And if you've ever seen Ready Player One, it basically looks like that. It's this fucking thing that goes over your eyeballs. I always see a wire connected, so I don't know if there's a battery pack that now goes onto your belt or something.
I would
like
imagine, or probably like a processor. Or
Directly into your spine.
Yeah.
Fucking Neuralink. I knew it. Damn it, Elon. And Spence, you and I had this conversation around, are we hitting a new point in multitasking? Where generations previous maybe are like, listen, texting and driving already is a hard enough issue, but now we've got people that are texting, driving, have a movie playing over here in the virtual world. I mean, so it's, at what point does this become too much, or at what point do we start having computer people that are just talking inside of our heads?
Well, I think Futurama did it first with the iPhone that they put into their eye, and then, do you guys remember that episode? Yeah, Futurama did it. Yeah, screw the
A literal
Simpsons.
iPhone.
Yeah, it was a literal iPhone that they implanted in his eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it showed how the whole world went crazy about it because they were displaying everything and like doing stuff, and they were trying to get like maximum followers. Then Fry and Bender started doing some really ridiculous shit. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, they called it. Because now everybody does that shit.
Isn't that supposed to be Simpsons' gig, though, to be...
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Figuring out the
Simpsons
future?
Been slacking. I don't even think they can tell the future anymore.
I mean,
if you get a computer chip directly in your brain, how long is it going to be before the technology exists where they can advertise directly into your brain?
oh my God!
Or you're thinking about, I'm kind of thirsty right now, and all of a sudden Coca-Cola advertisements and shit pop into your head.
I don't
with
wanna be
directions.
Futurama did it. They implanted ads into your dreams.
Could you... I mean, just the thought of that, though, like, just walking around, I'm like, kind of...
Get an ice cold Coca-Cola.
Could you imagine having a pop-up that just, like, IRL, like, just in front of your face? Just like, bloop.
Oh my God, that would be awful.
Only at the worst times.
Yeah, no, like it has to be the worst times too. You're at church and like your freaking dildos start popping up on your screen, like sex toys. Like,
in case you're sitting there wondering, like, God, why am I in church today? And it's like, oh, that's why I'm here today.
I need Jesus. Like,
I needed help.
What's interesting with that, and it worked really well with you being here as our guest today, not the dildo church thing, but
I'm not hearing no.
in becoming Quincy, you had a similar situation or a similar thing with the technology.
Well, the thought behind that was I wanted a character that had the ability to do shit that people normally can't do, and I thought, what would be fun? So that's where most of my books come from, is what would be fun? What would I like to do? What would I be interested in reading about? And she has a computer chip in her head from the future, and that's the premise of the book, basically, is she can access any piece of technology on the planet. She can, it's not really hacking because it's futuristic technology. She can just like see what the president's doing at any given moment. And she gets assignments from the future where she has to stop bad things from happening before they happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Minority Report.
Well, yeah, in a way. that was more precognitive. This is somebody from the future actually telling you to do this to save certain lives and whatnot. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, the idea of the technology right in your fucking brain. Scary and kind of fun to think about, but I think more scary.
Well, I think it's scary too, but I also think it's one of those where it's like we can see it happening as we speak. Like Neuralink, I mean, Elon Musk's already talking about the fact that with the guy who got the implant, he can already control a mouse with his brain on a computer.
Oh, he's got progress?
He's claiming. No one knows, but he said they're capable of it.
Really?
So I'm like, that's already showing the brain working with a computer.
And that's the hard part about writing anything science fiction is what can you invent that hasn't been invented already already is. I mean, you watch Star Trek. I mean, there's a thing on the internet where when the flip phone was new, somebody saw William Shatner in the airport holding a flip phone. Like, ah! I mean, you can't invent shit anymore. So it's actually, I tried to come up with something that was more limiting, like put futuristic technology but in a modern setting. So there's some limitation. There's some things that aren't online yet.
Yeah. That was a fun touch in those books.
I remember hearing that in the original Star Trek, the automatic doors were run by crew people who yanked on ropes.
Yeah,
I
believe
them
that.
go like that, and then eventually the actual automatic door was developed.
Now they're in grocery stores.
Based on the idea from Star Trek.
5-year-old me can just kind of look like I'm a Jedi. Like,
okay, anyone who is
people would believe spaceships and people would believe teleportation, but a door that opens by itself? No,
absolutely not.
Like, science has gone too far.
What is this?
Well, supposedly the iPod came from Jobs watching Star Trek, where Data was calling up music by his voice, and he's like, "Minion, go invent that for me."
Dude, I'd love that. Like,
that's accurate in him calling him a minion too. Like, go do this now. I need to fix my turtleneck.
oh my god.
Yeah, Jobs is fun like that.
Yeah.
Or he was. He's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's been a hot minute now,
for
Chris.
a minute, bud.
Yeah.
How long is a minute?
Like a decade.
Oh, good. So that's totally fine. That
I think it's even been longer, actually.
No, he's
might
been
even
dead
be
for
2
a
minutes.
decade. I'm not upsetting anybody.
I mean,
Unlike
Don't
Warner
sue
Brothers,
me, Apple.
Unlike
Man,
Warner
careful,
Brothers, who
they
has
would.
managed to piss off everybody right now with the death of Kevin Conroy and how they handled that in their newest video game. That's going over fabulously.
I haven't
Warner
heard about
Brothers.
that.
Have you not?
I mean, I know he died, but what about the video game?
Oh my god. Okay. So here's the thing, Chris. You got to keep your mouth shut on this because you and I already talked about it. So Kevin Conroy, as you know, by the way, Eric's a giant Batman fan as well. So Kevin Conroy, original voice for like the 1990s Batman animated series. He also has been the voice of Spencer, your damn cell phone again.
sorry. God damn.
No. You were getting a call. You were on like TikTok or something, you
I was
motherfucker.
opening it up and a video played on the preloaded Instagram
Are
thing.
we not amusing enough for you?
It was the video I showed him before. It loaded up on the screen. I couldn't help it.
You
Anyway.
cunt.
Eric's over here is like, what the fuck just happened?
I'm being assaulted verbally.
Because my show is all professional all the time.
Oh my god, that was amazing. So so Kevin Conroy, he has been the voice of Batman for the last God knows how long, right? And so one of the last projects that he was involved with before he had passed away is the newest one called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And the rough premise of it is that Brainiac comes down, completely mind controls the entire Justice League. You play as the Suicide Squad, and your job is to go and whack the Justice League, okay? And so you go through all the various things. Apparently you succeed, I guess. But you get to the point where you are Harley Quinn or you're the Justice League, and you get to Batman. And the footage is Batman is on his knees, and Harley is just monologuing like a motherfucker. Okay. And he even calls her out on it. He's like, "Are we done yet?" Like in true Batman unamused style. And the way that they killed off Kevin Conroy's Batman was a single bullet to the head as he's on his knees.
Yeah, I can see how that would upset people. I heard about the game not doing very well.
Oh, yeah. They just released an official statement not too long ago that it has not met our expectations. No shit, Sherlock! So but now the one slight maybe itsy bitsy glimmer of hope is there is supposedly one other project that Conroy was involved in as well that is going to be released yet where he was still Batman. I don't know anything about said game or any of the details to it, but the world is not happy with Warner Brothers right now in regards to Batman.
Well, the good news is we still have all the other Kevin Conroy Batman content. It's not going anywhere.
Correct. I need to draw attention to something else. Chris, how the fuck were you just eating that kiwi?
With the skin on?
Please hold that kiwi up for the camera, good sir. Who the fuck eats a kiwi like that?
The skin is full of like nutrients and good stuff.
Like that whole
Is it actually, or were you just told that?
that whole part that you did not eat like an apple core is the part that you normally do eat in a kiwi.
Well, I didn't want to bite the stem, but I didn't want to break it in half. I mean,
You eat that with shame. Yeah, that's right.
Have you always eaten kiwis that way?
no.
Is this just a now thing?
Yeah, I have a question. Did you just think the kiwi, like, someone told you the outside was edible and you just assumed that you just eat it like an apple?
I don't think I've ever seen anybody just sit and eat a kiwi before.
I told you, fuck you and your kiwi. I literally said that while they were talking. Like
I had no idea what I was getting into when I came here today.
It's good.
I mean, yeah, kiwis are delicious,
Yeah.
but like,
You know, I eat
You just
pizza
don't raw
backwards
dog the
because of a
stick,
Pizza
kid.
Hut ad. I still do. I eat the crust first because of the old Pizza Hut ads where they have the stuffed crust pizza, and it just makes logical sense to eat the crust first because then you have the part that usually gets thrown away is gone. Then you can just eat the good part.
so
ever since
saving
like the
best
90s,
for
I've eaten
last?
pizza. Yeah, I always do that. I make vegetables first. You know, I eat the shit I
Yeah.
don't want to eat first, and then I save the good stuff for last. But it makes logical sense to eat the crust first.
So when you've got a triangular slice of pizza in front of you,
Yes.
you eat wide part first, working towards the tip.
Yes. Because of TV commercials. Capitalism works. Yay.
Hey,
I get weird looks for it, too.
I still eat raw bacon too. So
No, we have to stop talking about
Yeah,
that.
we need to stop. with
Yeah,
the raw
it's
bacon.
just Chris. No one's gonna be on your side about this ever.
I don't need them to be.
Okay, you stand on that mountain and you preach.
Bacon.
I can't
Bacon.
wait till we find out how many parasites you have.
What is this show about?
Not food safety.
This is exactly how
love
the
it.
how the intro was created. It's just about anything we can possibly find to talk about and bring people along for our unfiltered opinions. Back to the kiwi thing though. Like, who told you to eat a kiwi like that?
I don't know. I saw a thing a long time ago. I can't remember.
So how long have you been
Is this
eating?
like a fallback to like the '90s thing he just brought up? Like you saw a commercial where it's like, "Hey guys, you can eat this," and then you
I
just
think
like,
it was.
"Fuck yeah."
I think it was like a YouTube short, like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So, for the last year and a half, anytime you've gotten a kiwi, you've just eaten it like that.
Yeah. I haven't gotten sick. Nothing's happened.
No, it's edible. It's just that's weird. Like, Chris, you have the most rounded diet I've ever seen. It's like beef jerky, kiwi, apparently a giant orange. Like,
Do you eat the orange
You know-
peel, too?
No.
you know, it's edible.
there's a limit
It's
now.
packed full of nutrients.
No, the thing is that the orange peel is bitter and gross, and I don't like it.
So you like the furry texture of a kiwi?
He probably peels his apples.
No. Nope. Nope.
Okay, let's just.
I'm glad you have limits, Chris. Like,
Fuck it, we're going through it at this point. How do you eat your bananas?
deep throat it.
First, I
I
deep
heard
throat
it's
it.
better just not to chew. You just
Yeah.
move it down the throat.
First, I deep throat it, and then once the banana's happy, then I peel it and eat it.
Bet you love banana cream pie, huh?
I've actually never had it.
No,
No.
I don't even like banana. And I like
I have
it. So.
no idea what's happening on my show.
Dude, that's what's kind of like a twist. Went from technology to Chris's kiwi habits.
I just.
Did you eat a kiwi like
you know
the
what?
bird?
Actually,
I
hold on.
was just trying to
Hold on.
unobtrusively enjoy my snack while these two were talking.
I wouldn't have questioned it.
And y'all came for me.
until you ate a kiwi like that. That's where the problems arose. I do have another piece of another technology bit. This happened a couple of weeks ago. But in let me get the city right. Where the fuck did it go? San Francisco. One of the Waymo automated taxis was completely attacked. There was a mob of people. So have you guys seen these taxis before?
Yeah, I saw them when I was in Phoenix.
Okay, so they are completely autonomous vehicles. Okay, they've got all they're not even hiding the sensors and the gizmos because they don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
It is a completely autonomous taxi, and there was a mob of people that attacked this thing. They lit it on fire. They smashed the windows. I mean, they completely just went at this fucking thing, and I have no idea why. So you've got, on the one hand, you've got Ready Player One goggles, computers in your head that are starting to happen. And on the other hand, on the other side of the spectrum, you have people that are like, yeah, fuck you and your technology.
I think those people are in the camp of they believe that AI and advanced robotics is going too far. So now that they're seeing examples of AI-driven advanced robotics on their streets, they're just retaliating.
I personally think
Those are the Terminator preppers.
Oh,
Yeah,
I 100% get
Those
you.
people got up in the morning. They're like, Skynet's here, and they went outside. And
God,
did something.
I hope you gave. I love how you give people that much credit. I think they were just a bunch of dumb idiots who are just like, no one's gonna stop us, and then they just started breaking shit because they can.
That's fair.
That's my guess.
If it ever tries to pick up Sarah Connor somewhere, watch out.
Yeah, like,
Fucking robot can't protect itself. We'll just go at this thing real quick.
Well, I mean, they do it all the time with those, what do you call them? Those delivery bots that Amazon has. They always freaking, like, break those things. Or, like, the hitchhiking bot we talked about.
Oh,
Yeah.
It made
People
it
just
all-
like breaking shit.
It made it all the way. Didn't it make it all the way through Canada? No,
all the way
problem?
through Canada
And as
and made
soon
it,
as
like, 20 miles in America.
And then, before people beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I think some people worried about the safety concern about nobody behind the wheel, but it's the other drivers that hit those things.
Right.
They're safer than humans, at least for the time being. Now, I don't know how they'd work up north where it snows if they get stuff on the sensor, but in Arizona and San Francisco, I don't see what the problem is. I think it's cool, but if I was a taxi driver, I'd probably be pissed off. Semi-truck drivers probably got to be a little bit nervous.
You know, it's actually interesting. A lot of the I've actually heard really good things about a lot of the electric semis and a lot of like the self-driving technology being a really good assist towards a lot of semi drivers. Not quite to the point of like replacement yet because of everything that's involved in the loads that they carry. But I will be interested to see how that comes over the next couple of years or so.
I
was
mean,
actually
honestly, even if you could just have a driver assist program, like a partial auto drive or like a partial thing like that, where the driver could operate during the day and go to sleep at night, and the truck would keep driving, and then he could resume control when he woke up.
So that's how a lot of the early stage autopilot programs, especially like with Tesla and whatnot like that, before they were able to get to the steps that they're at right now, are designed as driver assist. Like the pilot, for lack of a better word, has to keep their hands on the wheels at all time for any time that there has to be intervention.
Oh, they even track like eye movements now and everything.
It wasn't really until this last year where we've started to see
Like self-driving,
like
vehicles.
true autonomous. Yeah.
See, now here's the problem with that, though. Is like I like Chris's idea because it seems more human-based. But the problem that gets me is like thinking as a company and be like,
Just make it do all.
just make it do all of it if you're gonna sleep.
Yeah.
Why would I pay you? You know?
So cycle back to what you're talking about multitasking. If you don't have to do the driving part of the drive,
Right.
that frees up a lot. Now, what I'm waiting for is somebody to play a driving video game in the car while the car's driving. They have like the screen is a simulation of them driving somewhere else. Or you could just have an AI, you could pretend you're driving through Rome.
You know, actually, I just saw this really
there we
cool.
go.
I was watching this. It was not a cool anime, but I was watching this weird little anime thing.
So it was a bad anime?
It wasn't terrible, but it was like weird.
Sort of horrid idea.
It's like a dystopian future kind of thing. But one of the things that was kind of interesting I thought about it was their prisons were like you went into like this virtual reality chamber.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Yes, and what it is your prison sentence is you're now an automated vehicle. Your destination is you pick them up, you drop them off. And if you don't listen or you screw up or anything like that, you get shocked. And it just kept
That's actually
doing
how
it.
Disney's Cars began.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Cars is a cute movie, but like as an adult person looking at it, I'm like,
That's post-apocalypse.
Yeah,
all the
that-
humans are dead.
that's night.
It's all
the
the-
movie Cars has so many nightmarish fucking implications.
It's all of the people that got too fat from the movie WALL-E are now controlling the cars that are still down on Earth now, and that's
What-
the movie Cars.
What happens when Lightning McQueen opens his doors? What's in there?
I don't think they actually no. There is artwork out there somewhere that
He
someone
has
did,
eyes
and
and like a tongue.
It is fucked up, man.
Like,
it's fucked up.
What is it? What is this? What kind of hellish existence are you living? Like,
Do you
Yeah,
really?
well, if you put a
What
Neuralink
was-
in your brain or expand upon that technology, you can sentence somebody to a virtual reality prison, no problem.
oh, for sure. Well, I was also thinking
There's
of
an
that.
episode of Star Trek about that.
I was thinking
As
of
there usually
the prison, the prison thing. It was a sci-fi show I watched, but it was like a Fallout shelter situation. And what they had is they had this like big glass dome around their prison or their shelter, and they projected onto the glass like walls of this dome or whatever, like an outside like utopia. like wheat fields, grass, whatever, when in reality it was like actually blown to shit and horrible. And yeah, I'm just that like yeah. If you start
Actually, there's the opposite actually happened with Silo on Apple TV.
yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're in this like they thought the outside world is a deathscape, so they're all trapped in the silo. But it turns out the outside world's amazing. It's just nobody wants them to leave because it's like some social thing.
Oh, social experiment.
I haven't watched the show yet. I don't have Apple TV, but like that was the premise of it. Is apparently the outside is livable, but no one on the inside knows it. And every time the cameras are designed to make it look like it's a deathscape.
That's damn. Okay.
Yeah, could you imagine getting out after being like, you're like 83 and you're like, it's just been sunshine and rainbows out here?
There's a butterfly right there.
Yeah, like, son of a bitch.
With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. Give us your thoughts on technology and whatnot that we've discussed down in the comments. Again, make sure, also down in the description somewhere, make sure to check out Eric Wilfred Watson's 2 books, Judas Kissed and Becoming Quincy, when that one becomes available. Again, thank you so much to W Energy, and until next time, guys, peace!